My name is Mark Muhammad. I'm from Hedius Maximum, and we're here today interviewing Keanu Koht and the host of the Crimson Dynasty, and she's also affiliated with the Bama Standard, Cici, and from there I'll let Cici take it over.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm so happy to be here and thank you for having me. And we have one of the best Alabama players that we could ask for this interview. So I'm excited. I'm excited to learn more about you, but then more about just your transition from high school to college. I hear that you can play multiple positions, so I want to learn about that. So like you mentioned, my name is Cici and I am the host of Crimson Dynasty, which basically we're the sister channel of the Bama Standard Network that comes on YouTube. We have a lot of viewers, a lot of supporters, even from different schools. So I think that's awesome, and they're learning about our players as well. But I wanted to start out first asking you, Keanu. So you're from Vero Beach, Florida.
Yes, I am.
And we know that Florida, of course, that's another SEC school. And so I'm sure that, just coming to Alabama, maybe some people didn't like that, but hey, they gotta deal with it. So let's just go back to your childhood. I want to understand, what did that look like when you decided, hey, I want to be a football player? Was that something that, you just used to play football when you were younger and then you just realized that you had a natural talent for it? Or how did that process look?
Well, football was like, my siblings play football. My older brother, Lars, and my older brother, Cassius, both of them play football. So I was always around it. But like I honestly picked up on soccer and basketball as a kid. And those are my first loves. And then one day, like, my dad was just like, hey, try it out. My 8th grade year. And I was like, sure, why not? And I did it. And ever since then, I said, I'm cool in all other sports. Let's see what football is talking about.
Right.
And that's kind of how it went.
Okay. So then, as you were growing up, did you always play linebacker, or was there another position that you played?
Well, when I first started playing, I played linebacker, and then I I bounced around. I played receiver, I played safety and 7-on-7s, and I played defensive end. Eventually, by my sophomore year, when I got moved to varsity, like, I was playing linebacker, and coach was like, "Hey, come do one-on-ones one day," and I was like, "Sure, why not?" From the first day, I'm going crazy, ghost rushes, stuff I didn't even know what I was doing. I was doing it though, and I'm winning every rep, and they just keep trying to get me to go back to back to back to back. And I was just having a day, and it was like, yeah, we gonna use you in the D-line room. Even though I was a toothpick back then. That's like probably the size of a receiver. At the college level, probably like buck 70, 6'1", but I was too fast. They couldn't really grab me. So I made it do what it do.
Who do you tailor your game after as far as linebackers?
Nobody.
Okay.
But I do study a lot of film on various players to where I pick up little things that they do, or like they might do a rush that I like.
Give me a couple players.
Well, Von Miller, Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack,
Okay.
Chandler Jones. Those are like my favorites.
Okay.
Those are the ones I probably watch the most. Aiden Hutchinson hard too.
Okay.
I like him.
So you like the defensive side, hitting and tackling and chasing down the quarterback and running back.
Yeah, I like
You like that?
yeah, I
Okay.
like the more aggressive side of
I
things.
seen it in your films that you liked it.
Yeah, for sure. I wasn't really much of an offensive player growing up. Like,
That's
I
awesome.
could do it because I'm an athlete, but no. That's not where my heart was, where
Yeah.
I was willing to work for real.
Yeah. And ultimately, you want to pick the position that you know that you will give 100% to,
Facts.
So I like that. I like that. Now, let's learn more about you as a person. So I want to know, Keanu, what do you like to do outside of football? Do you have so coming from Florida, fishing or anything in particular that you like to do, outside of football, a hobby, or just something that you're really good at?
Uh, I can draw. I used to fish. I got a lot of hidden talents that I don't use anymore. But like, college life is just a little different. I like to keep things simple, and you got a lot of responsibility, a lot of time management here as a full-time student, a full-time athlete. Therefore, I don't really indulge in my hobbies. I kind of just play football, go to school, and if I do want to do something fun, I'm gonna just enjoy the company of the people that I'm around, or the people that I get to enjoy this with. We can find something to do together. I don't really want to do a hobby I could do with myself, just passing time. Where like if I were to create a business out of either drawing or something that I like to do, I would do that because I feel like I'm an adult. So if I'm gonna do it, I might as well make something of it. I'm just not gonna do this for laughing gigs.
What
I
kind
feel
of
like that's
drawings do
past.
you do?
I drew all kinds of stuff. Like I used to draw like portraits. I've tried painting. Like I really got like I'm really skilled with that. Cause
Okay,
like
okay.
to tell you the backstory on that, my brother was a good drawer. My oldest brother, he played Lars Koot. He played FIU, spent some time in the NFL, and he could draw when I was a kid. And he's like I'm like a toddler, and I'm seeing him draw like masterpieces. Like they look like real people, real animals, and I was real jealous. I'm not gonna lie, I was hating. So I was like, I'm gonna take it upon myself and I'm gonna learn on my own, and then I'm just gonna flex on you. He probably didn't pay no mind to it, but learning how to draw, like that's where that came from. It was all out of like I was just too competitive for my own good.
So it sound like your brothers really motivated and influenced you through your upbringing. What was it?
It was more so just like I was a kid and I was just there, and like they're like my oldest brother's 10 years older than me, the other brother's 4 years older than me. So like they were old enough to like make decisions. I was just kind of caught in the habit. And just that's why I have football knowledge before like I had good football knowledge before even playing football. Just like hearing my dad a football junkie. My brothers play football, so like it's inevitable that I'm gonna hear it all the time. And I just knew about it. I had a lot of football IQ starting and just
So you love the study film. You love do. How often? How much do you study film?
whenever I can. I don't know. It's like a habit.
It's addicting.
Yeah.
Good addiction.
Yeah, I like to. I like to watch. Like that's why I know so many pass rushers. Cause I watch film all day. I want to see who's the next pass rusher. Cause like growing up, I used to watch a lot of Von Miller, but like we on back in his career. He's probably gonna retire here soon, get his gold jacket. As we know, he's probably one of the best pass rushers to play the game. But like new like legends right now in the making. We just not realizing it because it's happening right now.
I'm curious. So you mentioned that you were really competitive, more so because you have two older brothers. So I'm curious, would you say that you're your biggest critic at times? Like you could be a little hard on yourself when it comes to your game?
I wouldn't say I'm competitive because of my brothers. I'm just competitive because I am.
That's just who you are. That's just
Yeah.
your nature.
I mean, like my whole family's athletes. My dad did track at UCF. My mom played basketball. My sister was a basketball player.
Mm.
Both my brothers played football. So competition was just like that's what we do. That's the way of life. Like even my friends now, I compete with them all the time. We play video games. We might compete who got the best outfit. Shit, we might compete about who look better. You know, it's just like we
Exactly.
compete. Like
Yeah.
that's just a way of life. And that's all I got to say about that.
So, what would you say, I guess, just growing up, certain, I guess, like aspects or values that you learn along the way that has helped you as far as where you are now at Alabama? So, when you think about like character, integrity, honesty, valuing other people, being humble, is there anything that you learned as you were growing up that kind of helped you to where you are now?
I was raised in a Christian household, so thinking being selfless, that's like part of being a Christian. Like
Mm-hmm.
you live for others, you serve,
You serve.
you protect, and you live for God. So this is just at this point, it just I don't know, like this is what I'm supposed to do, my purpose.
Yeah.
You know what? The first day I met you, me and you talked about this. Um, you was on the little cart because you was injured at that time, and it was something about you. You had a glow, and I shared this with you. And we was looking at each other down the hallway. I said, I'm gonna go get this kid number and stuff. But he's not a kid; he's a grown
Yeah.
man. But because it was something special about him. And as I begun to learn you and understand you, you're really spiritually based.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that because me and Cece talked about this before this interview, and I was telling her how I was educated, who to recruit, who to work with, who you can work with, and who you couldn't work with, because you can't work with everybody. And you were another exception to that rule as far as working with you. You want knowledge. You're very respectable. You're spiritually based, and that was a good starting point for me to build a relationship. And me and your business relationship is very transparent. We're very honest with each other.
Absolutely.
And you know you can call me and ask me anything.
Yeah.
And that's what we got. So I appreciate you. I appreciate your parents raising you up like that, because in the world in which we live today, a lot of children aren't unfortunately raised like that. So I can appreciate the young people who are raised like that. So I give your parents their props.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
yeah.
you for it.
It speaks volumes. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to know your why. You have to know, and you want to be purpose led. And I think that sometimes that's why you may see someone like they'll start out in a certain field or, whatever the case may be, but they don't have that staying power. So even in that regard, let's look at what happened a few months ago when we talk about staying power, where Coach Saban announced that he was retiring. So you got to Alabama in 2021. So you were here while he was here. And when that news came out, you could have been one of the ones that left. You could have very well gone anywhere that you wanted to. You're one of the best linebackers in the nation. A lot of people, I'm sure even a lot of these schools, Florida probably would have accepted you back, if you wanted to go back to Florida, but of course you don't. But I'm just curious. So what I see is that the players who chose to stay, because it was a choice, to me, it speaks to their leadership, but not just their leadership internally, but who they are as a person, their values, their morals. People who, when the fire gets hot, you're either gonna fight or you're gonna flee, basically. And y'all decided to fight. You all decided to stay, to fight it out, to wait and find out who the next coach was going to be. Do you feel like that decision was more so based on just who you are when you talk about the spiritual side of things, being a Christian, understanding that a lot of the decisions that you make, they're purposeful? Do you feel like it had to do with that, or was it more so because it's just Alabama and you chose you were committed to the school, not just to the coach?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And it was just more so like, this is the decision I made. And as a man, you got to stand on any decision you make. Therefore, I had to see it through. And when we're losing the head coach, but I'm still on the team with all my brothers, I'm still on the team with everybody that I've developed to be, and they are developed to be. Like, we done this together. To just abandon it was kind of like, well, I started something and not finish it. And my parents had never raised me to start anything and not finish it. So I'm not a quitter. I'm a winner.
Right. So it's almost like that wasn't even a question, because it still goes back to who you are as a person and how you were brought up. So I think that's awesome.
Yes.
I think that's awesome. So I want to know, with where we are now, so we had, our scrimmage, our A-Day, you all have had a few scrimmages at this point, but I want to know, are you as Keanu, are you satisfied with where you are right now?
No.
Okay.
No. Why would I be satisfied? That's crazy. This like you gotta enjoy the process. Like, cause like even when you talk to old people, like they're never really proud of what they've done, but they always got a million stories. So what does that mean? It's about the journey. It's not about where you're getting, cause I don't want to be at the end of the road, cause I'm just closer to death. That's what it really sounds like.
Yeah.
I don't got more time to create more opportunities, to experience more things, to create more myself. I'd rather take advantage of the opportunities I get.
So living for the moment.
Yep, and that's what I share with some people also, even my own children. Yes, you may have a destination, but enjoy that journey, because through the journey, that's the learning process. That's the building of character process. Even when you fail, you got to get back and start over again. As an entrepreneur, through life, I love that, because my journey is, when you're an entrepreneur and you're a go-getter, you can't just clock into a job because the job is already there. They did everything for you. As an entrepreneur, you got to go out there and get it yourself. That's the journey, and that's what you're talking about, and that's what's in you, and never let that fire die inside of you. Loving the process of your journey and everything, and always keep it spiritually based. Facts.
Yeah, yeah. So what are you looking forward to? So we have, of course, fall camp will be coming up soon, and then we have this season. What are you looking forward to the most about this season? Like if you had to pick one thing.
One thing,
Yeah.
to see how greatness could be a little different, but still great. Cause like this is Bama, like we got the best staff, best people, and we're gonna make sure that each and every year that we're gonna put the best 11 out there. We're gonna have the best coaches, and we're gonna develop the best chemistry in order to win a national championship like we do.
Yeah.
Develop winners, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see how this will mesh. Cause like without Saban, it's gonna mesh a little different. But essentially, like the leaders on this team, what we do, having a player-led team, and what we preach, like we still uphold Bama standards. So I'm just excited to see what it's gonna be like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm curious because you have two older brothers and sports runs in your family. So do you take on that big brother type vibe with the new guys that come in?
Mm, I'm just a brother to anybody. Like if you do what I do, I'm gonna have a respect for you to where like I know you working for us towards something, you got goals. I respect that.
Hmm, hmm.
You're living for something. And therefore like I might not like you, I might like you, you know?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like that's not for me to judge as God. But I'm gonna appreciate you as a person and what you're doing. And off that we could probably develop to be some kind of friend. We might not be the best friends, but we got somewhere where we connect and we can enjoy life together.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that. I like that. And essentially you start to feed off of each other because it's
Hmm.
always something that you can learn from someone,
Yeah,
you
and over
know?
time you feel like you know somebody
Yeah.
and that relationship can just grow.
Agreed, agreed. No, I love that. And I love people, they think how they think when it comes to what your foundation is, especially from a spiritual perspective. But I think just having those Christian values, it means more. And
Hmm.
it may look a little different. And sometimes we may not understand the journey. So certain things that we go through, during life. And of course, college, that transition from high school to college, that's a big deal. Going to a school like Alabama, D1, where the tradition here is to win. You have no other choice. Or you could leave, like some of the guys did. So I'm proud of you. I think that, to be grounded, especially this day and age where you can choose to, follow the crowd or do what looks acceptable, in this age that we're in. I think that speaks volumes to you as a person. What I'm hearing is that you're one of the leaders in the locker room. That's what I'm thinking, but would you say that that's the case?
I believe I'm a leader. I
Yeah.
believe everybody's a leader. And well, we have our captains, we have people that are known leaders, and they have, everybody's a leader.
Yeah.
And I lead by example. I lead verbally. I encourage people. I lead by I try to be the best leader I could be as well. Like that's what Saban preached. Be a leader, to maximize your opportunities and be the
Yep.
best you could be.
Yep. Yep.
So
Educational wise, what are you majoring in?
I major in communications with a minor in sports management,
Okay.
and I'm actually graduating this semester.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, that's awesome. That's a huge accomplishment.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So after sports, let's jump ahead. After sports, after this NFL Hall of Fame career you're gonna have, what would you do with your degree? Or would you do anything with it?
I want to get a trucking company,
You
and I
wanna
want to get
get a
into real
trucking
estate.
company? Okay, okay.
Trucking company, real estate, and I'll probably be a coach.
You're gonna have a trucking company, not one.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
That's just
Yeah, yeah. I mean, to be that specific, I have my best friend, her and her
Years
husband,
from
they
now.
own a trucking company. So to be that specific means that you've already given it thought. You know,
Absolutely.
you may not know exactly the steps to take, but because that's a thought, you know that you probably need to communicate with people who have already gone down that path to even see if that's something that you want to pursue, you know, because it goes back to drawing. I drew when I was younger, but when it comes down to, okay, is this just a hobby? Is this something I can monetize? Is it something I could see myself doing long term? If the answer is no, then you have to pivot and do something that you know that you can kind of build a legacy, you know, something where you can be impactful to the next generation. So I like that. I like that. It's like you've already kind of looked into the future. So you're living in the moment, but you're not just stuck here and
Right.
not thinking about, okay, well, what will the future look like for me? You know, like you said, graduation is right around the corner. You're getting drafted high. We all know that. And I think that with this season alone, I think it's going to solidify you to the point where the sky is the limit, you know, and I think it's our job to do what we can to get you to that place, you know, and it's not just about making you feel good because you
Mhm.
still need those voices to let you know like, hey, you need to pivot, go this route, don't do this anymore. But
Yeah.
I like what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing because what I'm getting from you is that you're a student, so I like that.
Yeah, I like to be a great listener.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I want to retain as much knowledge as I can, you
yeah,
know, just
yeah.
be, with a lot of knowledge, you can make a really logical
Well, when you think
situation
it's free
or
knowledge, it's
decisions.
free wisdom, right? Someone who's gone before you, they can teach you stuff so you don't have to make those same mistakes. So you're
Hmm.
good. You know, I love that. I love that. Well, is there anything else that you would want Alabama fans, the Alabama Nation to know about you that they don't already know?
Um, I don't know. I don't got nothing right now.
Can you, let's see. So do you have like a secret, I guess, skill? Can you sing or dance or anything like that that they're not aware of?
I mean,
I might put you on the spot. So I'm just like, yeah.
I don't know about no singing.
Okay.
I could freestyle a little bit. I could hit a little jig. Like I'm a Florida boy, so I got a little groove in me. But I'm
Okay.
not a dancer. I'm not a rapper. You feel me? That makes sense. I just got I got like I would be better than the average person if you'd have put me in those situations because like as a
Okay.
kid, like I used to play in the studio.
Okay.
And I used to be that little kid that was dancing. Like my mom was like, "Hey, come over here, show your auntie what
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
your dance moves." And like, so I got a little jig in me, like, but I'm not a dancer. That's not what I do.
Okay.
I be
Okay.
chilling.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're not gonna put you on the spot because
Yeah,
we
yeah,
don't know what we're
yeah.
gonna get, so we're not gonna put you on the spot. But it's been a pleasure to just I don't even want to call it an interview, but to just sit down and get to know Keanu.
Hmm.
You know, we
Right.
don't want to just see you on the field and just look at your number and look at, you know, everything that you do out on the field. We want to know you as a person. What do you like? What do you dislike? You know, what are you looking forward to? So I think it's been awesome. I really hope we can sit down again and just learn more, especially as the season, you know, progresses, anything that you may need, you know, to further develop you. I definitely want
Hmm.
to, you know, make sure that we all stay connected. So we really appreciate your time. Is there anything that you have for us? Any questions or
No,
no? Okay.
this was
And
fun.
Yeah.
Alabama fans, this is another one of your guys who
Yeah.
stayed loyal, and please support him whatever way you can. And he showed you love and loyalty. Show it back. The community,
Yeah.
play your part.
For
Yep.
sure.
Yep.
Be
Yep.
sci-fi forever.
Be
Feel me?
sci-fi forever. Well, thank you so much for your time and roll
Uh,
tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll tide.
yes, sir. I think he might.